Somewhere between the ticking clock and the rustle of dreams, there's a place where stories breathe and jazz lingers. Welcome to Felix's Midnight Jazz.
Nights like this, they have their own temperature. Not cold, not warm, just that quiet space in between, where a glass of whiskey feels like a small fire you're finally allowed to sit beside. I've always thought music and whiskey share the same kind of honesty. Neither of them rushes you, neither demands answers. They just open a door. You spend most of the day pretending isn't there. You hold the glass and it holds you back. A simple exchange. No expectations, just presence. Same with a tune. A few chords land in the air, and suddenly the room stops being a room. It becomes a place where truth is allowed to walk around without putting on a coat long. People say a drink gives you courage, maybe. But I think all it really does is quiet the noise long enough for you to hear what was already waiting inside. There's something comforting about that. The way a melody can steady your hands, or how the amber in this glass can feel like a sunrise that showed up late, but still showed up. If you're here tonight, you probably understand that kind of honesty. The kind that only appears after the city gets tired, after the lights dim, after your voice grows softer, but your thoughts grow clearer. And speaking of nights like this, she used to come here every Friday, same seat by the corner lamp, same old drink, whiskey, no ice. She never rushed it, just held the glass the way you hold a memory you're not ready to put down. Some nights she'd smile to herself like she was listening to a joke the rest of us weren't invited to hear. Other nights she'd stare into the whiskey as if it might finally tell her something true. I wondered about her story, who she waited for, what she was running from, but I never asked. In a place like this, you learn that silence is its own language. Then one Friday she didn't come. No goodbye, no explanation. Just an empty seat that knew her shape too well. People leave like that sometimes, quietly, without closing the door behind them, leaving you with questions that don't have the courtesy to answer themselves. And still, every Friday, I pour her drink. Whiskey, no ice, set it right there in her spot. A little ritual for someone who taught me that silence can fill a room louder than any melody I could play. Wherever you are, darling, your drink's still waiting. Some goodbyes don't need words, just a little music and a glass half full. So sit with me tonight. Let the room slow down, let the night breathe, and maybe let the truth take a seat beside us.
A glass of amber in my hand tonight, warm and burning like the truth inside. Melody hums like a gentle breeze, breaking the chains while I hold the key. The notes unfold like an unwritten tale. Liquid courage sails me past my frail. Words I buried rise from the deep dark sea. Both whiskey and songs know the soul of me. Oh, whiskey and a tune, they cut the same. Strip me to the bone and call my name. A bittersweet duet that'll tear apart. They help me lower my guard face my heart. The guitar weeps where silence once stood. A raw confession never felt this good. The glass leans empty as I fill with truth. Wounds reopening feels just like youth. No one knows the stories the night can spill, but whiskey whispers and the chords fulfill. A mirror's made of strings and a drink so steep. They stir the ghost that refused to sleep. A whiskey and a tune, they cut the sand. Strip me to the bone and call my name. A bittersweet duet that'll tear apart. They help me lower my guard and face my heart.
It's strange how a simple drink and a quiet melody can loosen a part of you you didn't realize had been holding on so tightly. That's the thing about midnight. It doesn't force the truth out of you. It just removes the excuses you used all day to keep it hidden. The last sip never tastes like the first, not because the whiskey changes, but because you do, just enough to notice what you pushed aside when the city was loud. And the music, it lingers. Even after the final chord fades, it hangs in the corners of the room like a guest who isn't ready to go home. Maybe that's why people stay a little longer here, not to escape their lives, but to hear the part of themselves they misplaced somewhere along the way. You see that table over there, her table's slow, her glass still catches the light, the same way it did every Friday, untouched. Quiet, patient. Some people leave without closing the door behind them, and a room like this remembers them, long after the world outside forgets. You learn not to wait for answers, just to honor the space they once filled. And maybe that's enough.